Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to say something that might make you pause. It might make you uncomfortable, but here it is. The way you think shapes the life you lead. And the mind, the mind is like a muscle. It needs to be trained. Too many of us let life take us by surprise, reacting instead of creating the life we want. We let our thoughts control us instead of controlling our thoughts. But here's the train your mind to see the opportunities, to push through the obstacles, and to rise above the limits you think you have. So, let's get to work. The power of thought. Let me tell you something crucial. Your thoughts shape your reality. The mind is not just a passive receiver of the world around you. It is an active creator. Every experience you have, every moment you encounter, begins as a thought in your mind. Think about it. Everything that has ever been created, everything that has ever been achieved, started as an idea, a thought, in someone's head. That's how powerful the mind is. However, the power of thought is a double-edged sword. Just as it can propel you forward, it can also hold you back. Negative thoughts, doubt, fear, insecurity are like chains that restrict you. If you constantly think that you're not good enough or that failure is inevitable, that's the life you're creating for yourself. But here's the game changer. Those thoughts are not facts. They're just patterns. Your thoughts are not your reality unless you let them be. The mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, negativity, and fear, you'll get a harvest of regret and failure. But if you plant seeds of confidence, possibility, and strength, you'll grow a garden of success. And guess what? You are the gardener. You have the power to decide which thoughts you nurture. You have the ability to reprogram your mind to focus on what you want, not what you fear. By training your mind to think positively doesn't mean ignoring the challenges in life. It means developing the habit of seeking solutions instead of focusing on problems. It means choosing to believe in your potential rather than doubting your abilities. The mind doesn't simply react to life. It interprets it, and in doing so, it creates the reality you experience. So if you're not where you want to be, take a hard look at the thoughts that got you here. Think about this. Every success in history, whether personal or professional, started with a thought. Think about the ideas that turned into inventions, companies, art, or movements. They didn't happen by accident. They happened because someone chose to think differently, to believe in something bigger than their circumstances. If they can do it, so can you. But it starts with your thoughts. The beauty of the mind is that it's trainable. Just like any muscle, the more you work it, the stronger it gets. The more you choose empowering thoughts, the easier it becomes to think that way. Studies show that our brains are wired to form habits, positive or negative, based on the thoughts we consistently repeat. So the more you focus on what's possible, the more your brain will start seeing those possibilities everywhere. Ultimately, you have control over your thoughts. You get to decide what you think about, and what you think about shapes the life you live. So take responsibility for your thoughts. Begin to choose the thoughts that support your goals, that push you toward your dreams, and that create a mindset of success. Remember, the life you're living today is the result of the thoughts you've allowed to dominate your mind. If you want to change your life, change the way you think. Your mind is powerful beyond measure. It's time you started training it. Discipline is the key. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something you need to understand if you want to truly transform your life. Discipline is the key. It's easy to talk about success, to dream about the life you want, but dreams don't turn into reality without consistency. No matter how powerful your thoughts are, no matter how big your vision is, if you don't have the discipline to back it up, you're going nowhere. Discipline is the difference between wanting something and actually achieving it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What sets successful people apart is their ability to make the most of those hours. They don't let distractions steal their time. They don't let laziness hold them back. They understand that success is not about quick fixes or shortcuts. It's about doing the hard work, day in and day out, even when it's tough, even when you don't feel like it. Think about athletes, for example. They don't become champions by practicing only when they feel like it. They don't take a break after a few wins and relax. No, they keep training, they keep pushing, they keep sharpening their skills. Success is built on the small, daily actions that add up over time. You don't become great in one moment. You become great through consistent effort. Discipline means creating good habits and sticking to them. It means getting up early, putting in the work, and not making excuses. It means holding yourself accountable. You may not always feel motivated, and you may not always feel like doing what needs to be done. But discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. When the initial excitement of a goal wears off, discipline is what ensures you stay on track. The truth is, anyone can start something. It's easy to get excited at the beginning of a new project, a new dream, a new goal. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to maintain focus and follow through even when things get. It's about showing up when it's inconvenient, putting in the extra effort when it's hard, and refusing to quit when the going gets rough. Discipline is doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling you had when you said it is gone. Now, I know discipline can be hard, especially when life throws you curveballs. You'll face setbacks. You'll experience failures. You'll encounter moments when it feels easier to give up. But it's in those moments that discipline becomes most important. It's in those moments that you show who you truly are. The challenges you face are not roadblocks. They're opportunities to prove your discipline. It's easy to be committed when things are going well, but true discipline shines in adversity. Understand that the road to success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's the consistency of your efforts over time that builds the foundation for real achievement. So ask yourself, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to put in the work to sacrifice today for a better tomorrow? If you are, then you're already on the right path. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the tool that helps you stay focused on your goals and the catalyst that makes your dreams come true. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and with each passing day, you'll get closer to the life you've envisioned. Consistency over time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to achieve anything of true value in life, there's one thing that will make all the difference. Consistency over time. You see, success doesn't come from one grand action or a single breakthrough moment. It comes from the daily, consistent effort that compounds over time. The power lies in the small actions you take day after day and the commitment to stay on course, no matter how challenging or mundane it may seem. Think about the process of building anything great, whether it's a career, a business, or personal growth. Success isn't about sporadic bursts of energy or bursts of inspiration. It's about showing up day in and day out, when things are easy and when things are hard. It's about doing the right thing over and over again until the results speak for themselves. This principle of consistency is often overlooked in today's world, where instant gratification, quick fixes are so prevalent. People want to see immediate results, but the truth is, the most valuable and lasting outcomes come from persistence, not impatience. Consider the idea of planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect to have a full-grown tree tomorrow. No, you plant the seed, water it, nurture it, and watch as it grows little by little. And over time, that tree stands tall, providing shade, shelter, and fruit. But it didn't happen overnight. It took consistent effort. This is the same approach we must take in our own lives. Whether you're trying to improve your health, grow your business, or master a skill, the key is consistent effort. It's the daily commitment to your goals that adds up over time. Imagine if you dedicated just 30 minutes a day to improving yourself, learning something new, or working toward your dream. Over the course of a year, that would amount to 182 hours of focused effort. That kind of consistent investment leads to remarkable progress. But here's the challenge. Most people quit too soon. They start with enthusiasm, but when they don't see immediate results, they get discouraged. They give up too early, just before the breakthrough happens. This is why consistency is such a powerful tool. It's what separates the successful from those who fall short. It's the ability to stick with it when things aren't progressing as fast as you want, when you're not seeing the fruits of your labor right away. It's the patience to trust the process. Let me tell you something. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about showing up even on the days you don't feel like it. It's about maintaining the discipline to stay on course even when you don't see immediate rewards. Every small step forward is progress. Every day you put in the effort is another brick laid in the foundation of your future success. And that's with consistency. It compounds. The more you put in, the more you get out, and over time the results become undeniable. Success builds on itself. The effort you invest today might not pay off tomorrow, but it will eventually. The small actions you take today will accumulate and eventually lead to monumental progress. So I challenge you, commit to consistency, focus on showing up every day regardless of how you feel. Keep working, keep learning, keep growing, and know that over time, the results will come. If you can master the art of consistency, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Embrace failure as a lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a truth that's hard for many to swallow. Failure is not the end. It's just the beginning. I know it's uncomfortable to hear, especially when you face setbacks, disappointments, and losses. But let me tell you something. Failure is an essential part of success. It's not something to fear or avoid. It's something to embrace. Why? Because failure is the greatest teacher you will ever have. You see, most people think that failure is a sign they're not good enough, that they're not cut out for success. That's a lie. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity to grow. Every time you fall short, every time things don't go as planned, you learn. You learn about yourself, about the process, and about what doesn't work. But here's the thing. You can only learn if you're willing to face failure head on. Take a moment to think about the most successful people in the world. What do they all have in common? They've all failed. Some of them have failed spectacularly in ways most people would never want to experience. But they didn't let failure stop them. They let it teach them. They took the lessons, they adapted, and they kept moving forward. That's what makes them successful. They didn't let failure define them. Let's break it down a little more. Failure forces you to ask the tough questions. It challenges you to reflect on what went wrong and what you can do better next time. It exposes weaknesses not to tear you down, but to show you where you need to improve. The most successful people are the ones who look at their failures as opportunities to sharpen their skills, strengthen their mindset, and refine their approach. Think about Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. If he had given up after the first 100 failures or the 1,000th, we wouldn't have electric light today. But he understood that each failure wasn't a defeat. It was a step toward success. He famously said, "I've not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset that separates winners from quitters. When you embrace failure as a lesson, you remove the fear associated with it. Fear of failure holds so many people back. It keeps them stuck in the comfort zone, never daring to take risks or push beyond their limits. But let me tell you, worthwhile happens in the comfort zone. Success requires you to take risks, to try things that might not work, to fail again until you get it right. Each time you fail, you get closer to success. Failure also builds resilience. It teaches you to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. The more you fail and keep going, the stronger you become. You learn not to let setbacks break you, but to use them as stepping stones toward your ultimate goal. So when failure knocks on your door, don't hide from it. Don't let it stop you. Instead, welcome it with open arms, learn from it, grow from it, and most importantly, keep moving forward. Remember, every failure is just one more lesson on your journey to success. Embrace it because it's a necessary part of your growth. Surround yourself with the right people. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a saying that goes, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." It's a simple statement, but it's a powerful truth. The people you surround yourself with play a massive role in shaping who you become. They can either lift you up or drag you down, inspire you or limit you. So, if you're serious about becoming the best version of yourself, one of the most important things you can do is ensure you are surrounded by the right people. Let me explain why this is so critical. You see, we are all influenced by the energy and mindset of the people around us. If you're around negative people, people who doubt themselves or limit their potential, you'll start to absorb that same mindset. You'll find yourself doubting your own abilities, second-guessing your decisions and questioning whether you can really make it. But if you're surrounded by people who are driven, positive, and relentless in their pursuit of excellence, that energy will rub off on you. They'll challenge you, push you, and inspire you to level up. This doesn't mean you should only seek out people who agree with you all the time or who are constantly praising you. No, the right people are those who challenge you to be better, who hold you accountable, and who aren't afraid to call you out when necessary. They don't just tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear. They hold you to a higher standard because they believe you are capable of more. They don't let you settle for mediocrity. They push you toward greatness. Look at the most successful people in the world, and you'll find that they all have strong networks of people around them. They have mentors, coaches, partners, and friends who believe in them, who give them honest feedback, and who share their wisdom and experience. They know that they cannot succeed alone. No one can. Success is not a solo journey. It's a collective effort, and the right people in your life will make all the difference. But here's the kicker. You have to be intentional about who you let into your circle. You can't afford to be around people who don't share your values, who don't believe in your vision, or who aren't invested in their own growth. It's not just about being surrounded by people. It's about being surrounded by the right people. People who are aligned with your goals, people who challenge you to be better, and people who elevate your mindset. Let's talk about accountability for a moment. The right people will keep you accountable. They will remind you of your goals when you lose sight of them, and they will help you stay on track when you get distracted. Accountability isn't always comfortable, but it's essential. Without it, it's too easy to make excuses, to procrastinate, and to fall short of your potential. But when you have the right people in your life, you know they won't let you off the hook. They'll encourage you, but they'll also challenge you to take action, to do the work, and to stay consistent. As you continue on your journey, ask yourself, who is in my circle? Are they lifting you up, supporting your growth, and pushing you towards success? Or are they holding you back with their negativity and complacency? You have the power to choose who you spend time with. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who push you to become the best version of yourself. Because the right people will help you get there faster than you could on your own. Never stop learning. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing you take away from today, let it be this. Never stop learning. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. Success, greatness, and fulfillment are not destinations. And the fuel that drives these journeys is continuous learning. Think about it. The world is constantly changing, evolving, and advancing. New technology, new ideas, new methods, new opportunities, they're emerging all the time. If you aren't actively learning, you'll be left behind. In fact, the people who succeed in life are the ones who commit to lifelong learning, who constantly seek to improve, expand their knowledge, and refine their skills. Learning doesn't stop when you graduate from school or reach a certain level of success. It's a lifelong commitment. It's the mindset that says, I'm always a student, no matter how much I know. You see, knowledge is power, but only if you keep feeding it. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. You might be successful today, but what about tomorrow? What about next year? What happens when the world changes and you're stuck in the past, relying on outdated methods and thinking? The world doesn't wait for anyone. To stay relevant, to keep progressing, to remain at the top of your game, you must continuously learn. But learning isn't just about formal education or getting a degree. It's about a mindset. It's about seeking out knowledge wherever you can find it, in books, podcasts, online courses, conversations with mentors, and real-world experiences. The best way to learn is to stay curious. Ask questions, challenge yourself, step out of your comfort zone, and explore new areas, even if they seem unfamiliar or intimidating at first. It's in that discomfort that the most growth happens. Take the time to read books. Some of the world's greatest leaders, thinkers, and innovators were voracious readers. They knew that knowledge doesn't just come from experience. It comes from learning from the experiences of others. Reading gives you access to decades of wisdom, mistakes, and triumphs that you don't have to live through yourself. You can learn from other successes and failures, avoiding their mistakes and building on their triumphs. But don't just read to pass the time. Read with intention. Consume information that will expand your mindset, help you develop new skills, and provide you with new perspectives. Learning isn't just about accumulating facts. It's about transforming your thinking, challenging your assumptions, and broadening your horizon. The more you learn, the more you'll realize how much you don't know. And that's where the real magic happens. When you embrace the fact that there's always something new to discover, always a new level to reach. And let's not forget about learning from experience. Life itself is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Every failure, every setback, every challenge is a lesson if you're willing to learn from it. The key is to reflect on those experiences, extract the lessons, and apply them moving forward. Each experience, good or bad, adds a layer of wisdom that helps shape who you are and what you're capable of. And never stop learning. The world is evolving, and if you want to keep up, you need to be committed to growing every single day. Seek out knowledge, embrace new challenges, and never allow yourself to become stagnant. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. So keep learning, keep growing, and let that journey fuel your success for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up today, I want you to remember one thing above all else. You have the power to shape your own destiny. Every choice, every decision, and every action you take is a step in the direction of your future. But that future doesn't come easy. It requires hard work, determination, and most importantly, the will to train your mind. We talked about the importance of mastering your mindset, embracing failure as a teacher, surrounding yourself with the right people, and committing to lifelong learning. These aren't just concepts. They are principles you can apply every single day to become the person you were meant to be. Understand this. If success isn't handed to you, it's earned. It's built brick by brick, mindset shift by mindset. You must train your mind to handle challenges, to overcome setbacks, to see opportunities where others see obstacles. The power to achieve anything you desire lies in your ability to shape your thoughts, your attitude. As you leave here today, ask yourself, am I willing to do the work? Will I commit to training my mind, to pushing beyond my limits, to growing every single day? Will I embrace failure as a lesson, surround myself with those who lift me up, and keep learning until I reach my full potential? The journey starts with you. And if you're willing to take the time to train your mind, there's nothing you can't achieve. Thank you.